Hi, ATM family. Forgive the way I sound. I'm a little bit under the weather, but I want to bring you this unidentified Jane Doe case out of Houston, Texas, which is in Harris County. This young woman's body was found on October 18th, 1990. It was fairly badly decomposed because the coroner estimated the time of death as 3 to 4 weeks prior to her discovery, and the cause of death was homicide by beating. The physical description of her is she's 18 to 25 years old, white and or Hispanic, female, 4'11 to 5'1", 100 to 120 pounds, so a tiny little thing. Her hair was possibly brown. Her eye color is unknown, but if she was Hispanic, she probably had dark brown hair and brown eyes. Whether or not she had any distinguishing marks or features or tattoos is also unknown, and these things are not known due to the amount of decomposition in the body. Also, they couldn't do any identification using dental records because she was beaten about the face, and most of her teeth were knocked out on her maxilla, which is the upper jaw, which is the one that's actually part of the skull, and her mandible, which is your lower jaw, and which is hooked onto the skull by hinges on either end of the mandible, was not recovered. So probably during decomposition, the hinges eroded away, and it may have been, carried off by an animal or something, who knows. Her fingerprints were not available, again, for the same reason, advanced decomposition, and they couldn't run any DNA on her either, or didn't, one of the two, because this was back in 1990, before we had, of course, much of the hype about DNA that we have now, and also much of the advanced technologies used to identify people using DNA. So let's take a look at what she was wearing. She was wearing a white, short sleeve, round neck pullover shirt with dark bands around the sleeves and waist, with a black and white logo reading, quote, Marines Sport, unquote, brand name and chant. An image of a sailor was also imprinted on the front. She was also wearing blue, black, and gray tie-dyed pants with the split legs pinned together. Brand name Cucamonga, size medium. A tan bra with the brand name Young option, size 34, and blush-colored pantyhose. The clothing was size 5, so that's pretty tiny. She was wearing one watch with a gold-colored case with a black face and Roman numerals. It had a black fabric band, and one gold-colored ring with a large clear stone, and it appeared that she had probably worn rings on all of her fingers, and maybe her assailant took the rings thinking maybe he could pawn them and get some money, and just couldn't get the one that was left with her off of her hand. I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud. It was unknown if she had any additional personal items with her. And here are the circumstances of her discovery. The victim was located in a drainage ditch at 9700 Beach Nut in Houston, Texas, again on October 18, 1990, by children playing. What a horrific thing for them to have discovered. Little kids out playing, having a good time in the crisp fall air, come upon a badly decomposed body. How horrific. That would stay with you no matter how old you are. In 2008, prosecutors charged Terrence Tyrone Johnson with the murder. Johnson, who's serving a life sentence for another murder, confessed to the homicide of this young lady after undergoing a quote-unquote religious experience. We all know everybody finds religion in prison, right? Police suspect the woman's name may have been Cassandra. And I also read somewhere that her name may have also been Monica, and that she lived in the area. I will leave down in the information box below the Houston Police Department contact information. I got this from off of the Doe Network.org. And if you know this woman or think you know this woman, can cast your mind back to October or even the mid to end of September 1990, which is when she actually probably went missing and was murdered. If you're missing a family member, if you know somebody who's missing a family member from that time period, from mid-September to late September 1990, call the Houston Police Department at 713-837-0311. Give them the case number 109511790J. That's her case number with the Houston Police Department. Please help us to identify this person. She hasn't had a name since 1990. We need to give her name back. We need to give her family back their lost loved one. Thanks for watching. Appreciate you. Share this with your friends on social media. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Deeply appreciated. And I'll see you next time. Bye.